Don't see this as rocket science. Just see it as a standard scissor that you have all over the place. Because it is just a scissor. It's not something miraculously new or whatever. It is just a little bit of more steel and a little bit higher and a little bit bigger, and that's it. You're working with different tests, so you actually need to have the machine in a different angle when you do the testing and all of that. And so you're not calculating if it's indoor or outdoor. We're working with indoor and outdoor because we are calculating with the wind load that has been brought on the machine with 12.5 meters per second out there, and 12.5 meters per second were 29 miles per hour. And that is what we are working with, and that is something that the machine shall cope with the outriggers down on an outdoor application. On an indoor application, we can in Europe work with the machine without having the outriggers down, and we can drive it full height. So that means that we can do all the warehousing and everything and drive it full height. But based on the ANSI and CSA regulations, that is not possible in the US in the way that the system is structured. And then we still have some paperwork and everything that needs to be done for the ANSI because of our control system internally and everything before we get all the cables done. But still, the machine is made to comply against all the ANSI and also the Canadian, the CSA. Based on that, working with the ANSI and the CSA, then the machine needs to be tested at 5 degrees, that is within the ANSI, 5 degrees more than we as a manufacturer allow the machine to work at. We have a safety system that cuts off at 1.5 degrees the machine, between 1 and 1.5. So if it goes into a slope, and it goes where the angle gets more than 1 degree, the machine cuts off and it won't drive anymore. And if you want to go up, then you have to have the outriggers down if you want to go up. And the machine is set to that you can only use the machine with the outriggers down. You can drive it into the place that you want to do and do all that, but if you want to go up, it won't release the going up before the outriggers are down and fully set. You have a full control actually on the control panel where you can swap it over to ground control, and there you can actually drive the machine and you can lift the machine and you can steer the machine. So you can actually do everything down here which is not normal on standard scissors, then you can just bring something down. And the control panel is just like a control panel you have on any other machine. It's nearly the same features that are on here. Emergency button, which is standard on all the control box. Key switch, not on. On. The button for the outriggers, either to put them down or send them down. This is the for driving, if you want to drive with as a rabbit, a little bit faster. And we go elephant instead of doing a turtle like nearly everybody else is doing, because we are having the power on it. It is the power actually to go through and also climb. This one is switching over from chassis to platform to raise the machine up and down. This one is the standard horn that it is. This one is diff lock. And diff lock means that if you're going on elephant and you need to go over a curb with the wheels and just climb a little bit more, then you go with a differential lock, which actually makes sure that the oil flows to where it's needed on the wheels. And this is the restart button that needs to be put in effect every time you release the joystick for more than 3 to 5 seconds. The joystick actually, either function that you're on, the joystick controls absolutely everything from here. So all the emergencies are out. There is on the back here, in Europe we have the chassis emergency button, we have it in the cover, behind the cover, but based on the ANSI we have to have it outside, so we have it here in the back, together with a battery cut-off switch. The reason for you to know that is also when a client just calls in and says, hey, it won't work and something, and I took out hey, did you plug out that? Because every time everybody stops the machine, they just do this. They don't do anything else. They don't do the key or whatever. They just actually go in and just kick the button. Mostly when you're in a place, you're driving everything up from the platform. But when you want to drive the machine in, that is why we have this, so you can actually go behind it and actually steer the machine in through the things that it is, and that actually makes it very, very easy to be able to steer the machine and drive with the machine. It is all the tubing are different sizes and different wall thickness on the tubing and everything. For us to be able to bring the center of gravity down to this point. So we're actually getting thinner and thinner and thinner all the way up within the tubing. So we're actually at the same time able to bring the weight of the machine down. Because it's very important. Normally a 74 foot would be much heavier than this one. But it is based on that we're trying to minimize the weight as much as possible and optimizing. By doing it through the joystick now and lowering the machine, I'm just having my hand on it. And you have a little acoustic alarm and the machine will stop. Because that is where, because it's a narrow scissor, that is where you need to go around and look from up there. Is there anybody that can get your hand squeezed in there? And so it automatically asks you to reset the start button or to be able to lower the machine again. It actually says you that it actually tells you, hey, be aware. We have an emergency manual lowering system. Here, you have to relieve two of the valves there and untouch that screw down here, and then you can pump the machine down. It is easily described within the operator manual. The battery system is that we have is a 48 volt system, and it is traction batteries that are built up of 2 volt cells. So we have 9 cells here, and we have 9 cells on the other side. And then we can't see it on this one, but we can just go over on the other one. Underneath this one is the last battery pack. There are 6 cells down here. Just because otherwise you won't have a 48 volt system.
They have it.
But with regards to the watering system, it's a centralized watering system on each of the packs. So if you want to fill in water, it is not like you were doing on standard 6 volt batteries and everything, that you fill in every hole. You're actually filling in through this tube, and then you're filling the complete of this. And it's also a description in the maintenance. You will stop taking water, and you will actually see it that the white ones are all the way up like they are now. That means that the batteries are full. So it's just those 2 handles here. There are numbers for the rails when you want to put the rails down, and where it is, this is number 1, and there is number 4 and 2 and everything, and that's within the situation that you are pulling the rails down. So you're actually starting by pulling number 1 down, and then all the way through it, and then you have number 6 down at the end, which is the last one. So, but it is actually a very easy system. Pull down the deck.